Alright, welcome back. Today's episode is all about building your own calisthenics gym in your own backyard. This gym I actually got off of YouTube. It was another YouTuber, Julio. I'm going to put a link to his channel down below. Mad props to that guy, and thank you so much. You gave all the instructions. I just made some other modifications for myself to this. But he goes step by step what you need to get, what you need to buy, and then gives some amazing demonstrations of how to use the gym afterwards. And so I got those goals right there to be just like Julio. So first of all, this gym for me cost me about $400. Everything I got was from Home Depot, and I really do recommend going with the flanges that screw in. And some of the sizes were actually different for me. I don't know if that's because I'm in California and Julio I think is in Colorado. I mean, the sizes should generally be the same for stuff, but I had to modify some of the numbers he had in his video. I get different bolts, different flanges. It just kind of depends on what your Home Depot has available as well. As you can see, the wood that I used as well as the drills kind of made some issues here. As I was coming out the wood, it would break off little pieces, and it kind of did that on certain parts here, so it's not as clean. But also I had to drill the hole a little bit bigger, and that's why I added the bolts in there. Now these bars aren't going to move because these bolts are going to hold it in place. Also with the wood I stained it, and I stained it using this stuff right here to give it more of a darker wood look, which I really thought added a lot to it, and also it's going to make it more water resilient. Hopefully it lasts a lot longer. Okay, so another thing that I did, I kind of made a mistake at this, is I made this a little wider than I should have. It should have been about 2 feet, or even maybe a little less than that. Mine is about 3 feet apart here. And I did that mainly because that's how long this pole was, the top pole. You could still get a really good workout on this. It's going to have a little bit more stress on your shoulders, I think, because they're not going to be as close to your body. But I mean, you can still do the L-sit and get a really good feel for that as well, because it's not going to be as close, but I'm still learning. Okay, so these are just some of the things that I do on the gym. The pistol squat into a muscle up, or a jumping muscle up, I guess I could say. It's what helped me get the motion for a muscle up. Also doing Australian pull-ups, straight bar dips, as well as the elevated handstand push-ups. That'll help you increase your ability for handstands, and that's one thing that I learned from Julio in his video. Now I'm still learning, so I'm not a pro at these things, but the resistance bands help me a ton with getting the motion for a muscle up. The black resistance band is the one that's helped me the most because it's the easiest. It supports my weight a lot more. I have the blue resistance band, which adds a little less resistance, which I can use for variations of pull-ups. And of course the red is the hardest that I have right now, which also gives more of a challenge. The weighted vest that I have is 20 pounds. That also helps build more strength for whether I want to do handstands or more pull-ups, L-sits, getting into the straight bar dips. It's an incredible tool for building muscle. But yeah, it's also a great place for the kids to play as well. Of course, you want to watch them and make sure they don't fall and break their arm or do anything that's going to put them at risk, because the gym can be kind of dangerous for really young kids. But they also, can have a real good time working out on it and having fun. So my variation of the Backyard Calisthenics Gym has the turf down below. That was something that's actually pretty expensive to get and to do. I looked up how to do that myself. Put a link for that video down below as well. And then I got it from a friend actually. I bought it like dirt cheap. But yeah, it makes it a lot better so there's no weeds that grow through. You can mess up and fall on the ground and you're not going to get all dirty. So I highly recommend the turf, and I hope you enjoy the video. What are you saying?